So we can also pattern recognition, visual color coding, so we can have the tonic, the intervals, the modes as we saw before here. We makes it easier to see chord shapes. So if I highlight the 1, 3, 5 as we did here, we can see this would be the 1, 3, 5. That would be one way that we can play the chord. We can look at the shapes as we move up and down the guitar, easily mapping out our caged shapes, our open chords, how we can make those chords basically movable. We have the internal modal relationships can be mapped out, recognize consistent scale patterns across the neck. So this will lead us to question some of the things that we've talked about, right? Which is going to be, for example, this idea of a modal node-based centered system leads us to question the idea of, well, if I go from the 1, 4, 5 in the key of C, although I can see it as a major chord, a C, a major on the 1, a major to the 4, a major to the 5, the pattern around it will be different on the fretboard. It's going to fit into a different master pattern on the fretboard, which leads us to start to think, well, maybe I should be seeing it as fitting into the shape that is the Ionian or major shape versus the Lydian shape versus the Mixolydian shape, because although they're the same 3 notes, there's a different pattern around them if I want to be in the same master diatonic shape. These things you don't pick up unless you analyze the fretboard being easiest to analyze when you have the top or heavy E string on top and mapped out in Excel so that you can use things like color coding to compare things. So we will practice that as we go into our work problem portions.